Right now at 6, over 30 area businesses gather at the Pittsburgh Business Expo to showcase what they have to offer.
And we have got an absolutely gorgeous day ahead of us. This Monday couldn't be better unless it was Friday, but it's not. We'll have a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, with prom season around the corner, one organization is trying to make dress shopping easier and cheaper.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
I'm Chris Warner. It is Monday, February the 24th, and it's chilly outside, yes, but it's going to be an absolutely gorgeous day.
Yes, I'm very excited for it. Even, knowing what's ahead, it's not really that bad outside either.
No, it's
and
not.
What we had last week.
Exactly. Last week, 2 days in a row, we broke record lows, which, by the way, those record lows went back to the 60s and 70s. So it hadn't been that cold in February for at least a little while. I don't think we're in danger necessarily, at least most days this week. I don't think we're going to break any record highs. We may get close, but it is still going to be above normal, and it's going to be a heck of a lot better than what it was last week. It really began yesterday and continues through today.
Sure does. Exciting.
Man, I'm ready for it. Let's take a look outside. Downtown Pittsburgh looks great because you know what? You can see the road. I don't have to talk about this morning. I don't have to talk about extreme cold alerts. I don't have to talk about road conditions. I don't have to go through 800 cameras to show you that the roads are terrible because the roads are great. And I don't need to go through that to show you or tell you. You should know the roads are fantastic. And you know what's missing from the bottom of your screen? A miles-long list of closings and cancellations. It's a lot better this week. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline looks fantastic. Now, I know there's still a little snow left out there, especially into the north sides of things, in the shade and in shadows out there. But between today and tomorrow, with our warm temperatures, it'll be gone. Partly cloudy skies today, bit on the breezy side. Look at Bortlesville. Could even reach the low 70s today. Otherwise, just an absolutely beautiful, almost textbook spring-like day as we start to wrap up February. Temperatures this morning, don't get me wrong, they are chilly. We've got upper 30s and low 40s, and with a breeze, it's brought wind chills back into the 30s for most of us. Does feel a little colder in Independence at 28, but still not as bad as 30 below zero as our wind chills were almost a week ago. Upper 30s, kids getting on the bus. Again, southwest breeze gusting to 25. It'll remain breezy into the afternoon. It will also remain partly cloudy. 62 when the bus brings them home, and our highs headed for the upper 50s and low 60s, again with that gusty southwest wind and partly cloudy skies. Just a beautiful March-like day, and we're almost to March. The warming trend continues. We'll talk about that, some rain chances, and how the weekend is shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, over 30 area businesses with products ranging from insurance and banks to art participated in the Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce's Business Expo at Meadowbrook Mall. The theme this year was the wonderful world of business, so Wizard of Oz theme. Companies attending could also do presentations and demonstrations about how their products and businesses impact the community.
The purpose of the Biz Expo is so our businesses can just showcase kind of what they have to the community. A lot of our businesses might not have a walk-in storefront per se where people can go in and see what they have. So it gives them the opportunity to connect with the public and just show them what they have to offer.
KOAM was a sponsor of the Business Expo. And with prom season happening soon, the Guerrilla Garment Cleaners in Pittsburgh is trying to give used prom dresses a second chance by holding a prom dress resale. Now, gently used prom dresses are brought in to make prom shopping a lot cheaper and for someone to find the dress that they want.
Well, it's prom dress buying season, and you see a lot of Facebook marketplace dresses, and a lady at work came to me and said, "Hey, would you mind having my daughter's dress up there and try to sell it?" And I said, "That's a great idea. I bet there's other people that would like to have one place to bring their dresses and sell them."
Now, the prom dresses will be on sale until May 4th. And the Joplin Interfaith Coalition hosted their annual bake sale, bringing together community members from different cultures and walks of life. Now, the proceeds from the bake sale will benefit the Joplin Medical Loan Closet, a service that checks out medical equipment to people at no cost. KOAM's Mitch Adams has more.
We are very blessed to come together regardless of our faith, where we come from, and which country we come from.
The Joplin Interfaith Coalition hosts their annual bake sale. This bake sale gives the community an opportunity to try new foods from different religions and cultures. While helping expose the Joplin community to new cultures, the coalition is also benefiting the local medical loan closet by donating funds to them.
We are very, very excited this year. We are helping a very wonderful and amazing organization that is relatively pretty new, but they are doing very well. And this is a medical loan closet started by Nicole Watson, and they are helping the community of Joplin here and the surrounded area with the medical equipment and whoever needs it, and they give it for free.
The bake sale presents an opportunity to the public to find out more about new cultures and religious beliefs.
We want to show them that how we put all our differences behind and come together to do something really beautiful for the community, to make it a better place.
The coalition's main objective is to encourage people to learn more about their neighbors.
The desire was to be able to build community and to try to give opportunity to learn more about other faiths, so that we could alleviate and chip away at some of the misconceptions and prejudices that we might encounter in daily life in our community.
And instead of focusing on our differences, realizing the strength of coming together as one humanity.
The relationships that we continue to be able to forge across religious boundaries, cultural boundaries, I think does more than policies and debates and a lot of other attempts to try to do, to do that.
In Joplin, Missouri, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
Now, food was available from different cultures and religions, including samosas and falafel. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes, coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Well, Dunkin' joins other major coffee retailers in getting rid of a surcharge for non-dairy milk. Plus, dozens rallied around in support of Ukrainians living in Colorado. And Chris Warner returns with another look at your Monday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Topping Nation Watch this morning. Well, good news for people who can't tolerate or just don't like dairy. It won't cost extra to get plant-based milk in your coffee at Dunkin' anymore. The restaurant chain says the new pricing will start March 5th. A spokesperson said the policy change was guided by guest feedback. And there is likely a lot more to the decision. Now, first, competitors like Starbucks, Dutch Bros, Tim Hortons, and Scooters already made the change. Now, also, a class action lawsuit accused Dunkin' of discriminating against people with milk allergies or lactose intolerance. Now, that suit says non-dairy alternatives don't cost Dunkin' anymore, and it profited off charging customers more for it. And Tesla has recalled more than 376,000 vehicles in the U.S. due to an issue with the power steering assist. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the problem can occur when the power steering loses power when the vehicle stops and then tries to move again, making it difficult to steer. The recall covers certain 2023 Model Y and Model 3 vehicles. According to the NHTSA, the electric car maker already released a free over-the-air software update. People who own a recalled vehicle will get letters notifying them of the problem after March 25th. And a crowd gathered at the Colorado State Capitol on Sunday, concerned about what's next for Ukraine. Reporter Janelle Finch was at the rally and spoke with some who hope an end to the suffering is near.
Counting to 3 is easy. But Ukrainians in Colorado say counting to 3 is too much, too painful, too destructive.
Now we hear
too long, 3 years into war.
To say that every aspect of life in Ukraine needs help, needs attention.
Coloradans met at the Capitol to show these Americans support the fight for peace. This, as a new president here at home, brings new questions about the future of U.S. aid in Ukraine.
The actual political landscape is shifting as well in a very scary direction, which is more important than public attention.
Esther Belval says she's worried President Donald Trump's relationship with Russia will impact who gets support and who faces consequences. He's already questioned how much money the U.S. has given to Ukraine under President Biden.
They're the ones who are war criminals. They've committed over 150,000 war crimes, and to blame Ukrainians is absolutely ridiculous.
She says she's already had a close encounter with tragedy.
My grandma's house was bombed this week by Russians. She was in her house and they hit her garden, so I obviously care a lot.
The call for a resolution is shared by Nathan Hacks.
And then this is to help my babushka since there's war where she lives. And so this tries to encourage other people to help stop the war.
He says the sounds of solidarity make him feel seen.
I like it because then it means that people are listening, are reading and listening to it.
They hope soon they can stop counting how many years the war has been going, because even 3 is too long.
Now, following the rally at the Capitol, nonprofit Ukrainians of Colorado invited people to attend a fundraiser where the organization says donations would go towards medical supplies, food aid, and support for displaced families in Ukraine. And that's a look at some of today's top national stories. Here's Chris with a look at your forecast.
Yeah, take a look at Skywatch Storm Tracker. We do have those partly cloudy skies out there, and that's how our day will be. Otherwise, quite warm and a bit breezy. Another look at your forecast here in just a few more minutes.
The American Birkbeiner took place Saturday in Hayward, Wisconsin. Now, it's the largest cross-country ski event in the U.S., but there are some potentially future Birkbeiners in their midst, and it's thanks to a ski program that teaches kids how to Nordic ski just like the pros. Jeffrey McClure has more.
Each Sunday, deep in the northern Wisconsin wilderness, you'll find more than 100 kids having the time of their life.
I like when we go up the hills and we get to go down them. I like going down the hills.
Up and down, the Berkey Trail kids have gone since as early as the 80s to learn how to Nordic ski. Now they get help from instructors with the American Birkebeiner Foundation, who took over the program just 2 years ago.
And to see them from the first lesson to not even be able to stand up on skis to the last lesson where they are climbing hills, they're going down the hills.
Ages 4 to preteen can join. Allison Menk is in charge of the second grade Timberwolves and coordinates the lessons and brings the fun with dress-up days, treats on the trail, glow skis, and plenty of games.
I truly enjoy seeing all the smiles, all the laughters. Kids have such a fun time, and that's our whole goal.
I met some new friends and they helped me learn to ski.
Now, for many of these kids, they not only get a chance to jumpstart their Nordic skiing career, but with the program set in Hayward, Wisconsin, they're able to train on the same trails as the pros, with many of them hoping to be back here in the future.
Skiing as much as I can and get better, and then at some time I'll be able to do this Berkey.
Luckily for Vincent, he doesn't have to go far to traverse the largest cross-country ski race trail in North America.
Our whole mission is to get kids outside and teach them how to have a really fun time on skis. That's what we're very fortunate to have, such an awesome trail for them to be able to learn how to ski on.
At the end of this season, the kids get a chance to display what they've learned to family and friends with a race and celebration. Let's head over to Chris for a quick look at the forecast.
Yeah, we are looking at a pretty decent day. It is a bit chilly out there, but we will continue to warm through the afternoon. A full look at your forecast right after this. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, just seconds away from 6:21 on this Monday morning. Got a great view. Look at that beautiful sunrise out there over downtown Pittsburgh. Got some clouds, so partly cloudy skies, beautiful colors, and the roads are clear. Got a little bit of snow still on the north sides of things, shadows and shade, things like that, but that snow will soon be gone. MoDOT camera 20th and Range Line in Joplin, also looking back east toward that sunrise. And that's, again, a beautiful start to the day with those clear roads. Don't have to talk about road conditions, extreme cold, or anything like that. It is a little chilly this morning, but it is not nearly as bad as it was compared to last week. We'll have partly cloudy skies today. Winds will be gusty out of the south and west, but otherwise not a bad day whatsoever. Will be pretty decent overnight tonight. In fact, our overnight lows tonight, very similar to where we're starting today. Will still be partly cloudy, and we'll start our Tuesday partly cloudy, but those clouds will go away. Eventually, we'll have just a few clouds, or what we call mostly clear skies. Winds will be a little calmer tomorrow as well, and temperatures a little warmer across the area also. It's Wednesday, though. Things change. So late Tuesday into Wednesday, clouds begin to thicken up. We're going to go mostly cloudy, get a boundary pushing in, and it'll bring north winds with it. Our temperatures will be a couple of degrees cooler. But not significant and not below normal. But it will be a little cooler between the clouds and the rain chances. And we'll have some shower chances through about noon, maybe one at the latest, mainly along and south of the I-44 and Kansas-Oklahoma state line corridor. This zone right here will be the better chances of a few showers. Those will clear out. Clouds will not. So again, that's what's going to keep us a little cooler, but we're still going to be above normal, as we should be in the low 50s. We're still looking at highs, upper 50s, low 60s. Temperatures this morning, again, a bit on the chilly side. We've got upper 30s and low 40s across the region, but otherwise not bad, and considering where we were last week, this is much better than where we were last week. Again, beautiful sunrise there, 7th and Rangeline in Joplin. We've got low 40s to start, low 50s by 11 o'clock this morning. Partly cloudy skies, that'll be the trend for us. Upper 50s, low 60s today for our highs, and those southwest winds occasionally gusting to 25. Through the evening, still partly cloudy, but the winds will begin to ease up for us. Low 50s by 10. Our lows tonight, upper 30s, low 40s with calm winds overnight tonight. Again, skies will continue to clear throughout the day on our Tuesdays. We go upper 60s, maybe even some low 70s. Heading into Wednesday, upper 50s, low 60s, and just a brief moment of cloudy skies and the rain chances. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday looks great. Sunny skies, a few more clouds on Sunday, getting really close to 70 by Thursday, which means a few of our southern counties very easily will go into the low 70s. Otherwise, staying above normal as we head into next week, initially above normal, and the temperatures fall back a little closer to normal by Wednesday as we see a few days of some cloudy skies and some rain chances out there, and we certainly do need that rain. Let's check your forecast. We're going to send it over to Elise now with Health Watch.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, topping Health Watch this morning, people who use weight loss medications have a lower risk of needing hip and knee replacements later in life. A study published in JAMA looked at people who had success losing weight using weight loss medications. Now, they found at the 5-year mark and the 10-year mark, the participants were far less likely to require joint replacement surgery than people who didn't lose weight. And people with dementia who have low education or live alone often have significant delays in their diagnosis. A study in JAMA showed health services are lacking for people who are socially isolated or have less than a high school education. Now, as a result, these dementia patients have poor health when they are finally diagnosed, which can then negatively impact their prognosis. And the time you spend looking at screens is increasing your risk of nearsightedness, also known as myopia. Now, a study published in JAMA showed people who look at screens for even just 1 hour a day had a 21% higher risk of myopia, and the risk rises as digital screen time increases. Now, it's estimated by 2050, nearly half the world's population will have nearsightedness.
Roughly 100,000 new alcohol-related cancer cases occur in the U.S. each year, according to a recent Surgeon General's advisory. Now, a study is looking into whether counter-marketing can help reduce the risk, especially when it comes to breast cancer in young women.
When we look at alcohol-attributable cancer deaths in women, about 60% of those are breast cancer. Drinking earlier in life for women can further increase their breast cancer risk because their bodies are still developing.
Dr. Darren Mays is leading the research initiative alongside scientists from more than a dozen universities. He says the alcohol industry sometimes uses deceptive marketing to normalize drinking, but telling people about the risk could be an effective way to denormalize alcohol consumption at a young age.
Designing those messages in a way that resonates with people and that they will use that information to make informed decisions about drinking is really important.
Last month, Vivek Murthy called for stronger labeling on alcoholic beverages to warn Americans about cancer risks associated with drinking. He says alcohol is linked to at least 7 types of cancer, including liver, breast, throat, and colorectal. Experts say while there's no one-size-fits-all recommendation for alcohol consumption, several factors can increase the risk for disease.
The more people drink and the longer the time period.
Before an updated warning can be applied, it would need approval from Congress.
And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, 7 teams brave the cold for the annual Snowball softball tournament.
And we don't have to worry about that cold for this week. A beautiful start to the day and a beautiful day ahead of us. The latest in that forecast to get you out the door coming up.
Plus, a former Pitt State coach comes home to sign his new book about his success as the Gorillas' head football coach.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:29. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is Monday. It's February the 24th, and it is a beautiful day.
Yes.
It's going to be an absolutely beautiful day. Yesterday was pretty good. Today, even better.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
Oh, me either. I'm done with the snow. I don't know that we're quite done with it yet, but not this week. We don't have to worry about anything this week. Don't worry about that. But I'm sure we'll have something else come up before we fully transition into spring, and then we'll transition into severe weather season. We'll have to see what that brings for us as well. But this week, though, looking great, and that starts with, it started with yesterday, continues today. Let's look outside, shall we? Downtown Pittsburgh, got a beautiful look at that sunrise this morning. Partly cloudy skies out there. No snow on the roads. We're looking considerably better. Nice view of the sunrise as well from MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line in Joplin. Again, some snow still out there, but I think between today and tomorrow, it will be gone with the temperatures we're expecting. We'll have gusty winds today, partly cloudy skies, temperatures above normal. I don't know if we'll necessarily be at record-setting levels for everybody like we were last week, but it still is going to be quite nice, quite mild out there. Last week, we broke 2 record lows 2 consecutive days in a row. One was set back in the 1970s, the other set back in the 1960s. So definitely a very cold week last week. Temperatures this morning, don't get me wrong, they are chilly. We've got upper 30s and low 40s out there. And with that southwest wind trying to pick up, it is bringing in a bit of a wind chill. Most of us, now if not all of us, wind chills into the 30s with the exception of Greenfield, feels like 29. So it does feel a little colder out there, but again, it's not significant, at least not as significant as it was last week. Upper 30s, kids getting on the bus, partly cloudy. Again, those southwest winds gusting to 25. Same situation, partly cloudy, still breezy, about 62 when the bus brings those kids home this afternoon. And I'm sure some of them, some may actually be ready to get back to school. You know, a week of being trapped in the house, might be ready to get back to class today. Upper 50s, low 60s today, partly cloudy, and again, southwest winds occasionally gusting to 25. We'll have another look at your forecast. We're going to talk about how long this warm weather lasts and about some rain chances this week here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon, Chris. Thanks. Last week's winter weather did not discourage people from playing softball this past weekend. 7 teams gathered on the 3 east fields of the John Gutter Ridge Sports Complex for the annual Snowball softball tournament. Now, the snow makes it not only harder to move through, but the balls don't bounce as much, adding a new factor to the game.
This is my second tournament playing for the Snowball. The first tournament we had negative temperatures, this one we have snow. I got lucky, I don't have to run in the outfield like normal, so I get to stand behind the catcher's plate and just make sure my toes don't fall off.
Well, the softball league begins its league play this spring. And Coach Dennis Francione, a native of Crawford County, stopped in the Meadowbrook Mall in Pittsburgh to sign copies of his new book. KOAM's Mitch Adams has more.
Coach Dennis Francione has a long history coaching football. He's coached at different universities like Texas A&M and Alabama, but a highlight of his career took place at his alma mater. Francione was the head coach of the Pittsburgh State Gorillas from 1985 to 1989, leaving the school with 5 MIAA championships and a 53-6 win-loss record before accepting a job at Texas State. But for Francione, there's no place like home.
Coming back to Pittsburgh was huge, and seeing all these people has been so wonderful and brings back a lot of memories. Some of them I haven't seen in 50 years, so it's been classmates, and it's been outstanding.
Coach Fran's book tells the story of his life and coaching career, but he didn't write it just for himself.
Well, I wanted to do the book for my grandkids to have something because they didn't see a lot of my career. So I wanted them to have something to look at.
But out of all of the places Francione has worked, there's something special about where he came from.
One of my most favorites, I won 45 straight games here, so it was a great run, and we won 5 championships, and we never quite got the national championship, though we were voted number 1 in the nation in the final poll twice. And so it was a great fun to come back and coach. I was a little nervous about it. When you grow up here, you know, you hope they're going to call you coach and not Dennis, but I answer to both. So it was tremendous fun, and I'm so proud of the Gorillas and proud to be a Gorilla. And you know, when a lot of times when football things come up, people know the Gorillas. So
in Pittsburgh, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
Well, Francione finished his coaching career in 2015 at his first Division I job with Texas State University. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Thousands of federal workers face a deadline tonight or risk being fired. And we have a mild and partly cloudy day today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. In Consumer Watch this morning, now one professor at an HBCU in Greensboro, North Carolina is now a viral sensation. It all started when she posted a TikTok video that was meant for her students, but it quickly turned into something much bigger. Akira Peters has sat down with the professor about her new digital classroom that sparked a nationwide movement.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Introduction to African American Studies for the spring semester. My name is Dr. Leah Barlow.
Class is in session with just one swipe. It started with this video Assistant Professor Dr. Leah Barlow posted on January 20th. It was intended for her in-person African American Studies class of 33 North Carolina A&T students. That same video, now reaching nearly 800,000 likes, 4.4 million views, and counting.
I look and I see like, oh, something big is going on. Still wasn't registering what exactly was happening.
Soon, users across TikTok wanted to learn more about the class, asking how to enroll and when is homework due.
Hopefully you got the list of what the readings will look like, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's see what happens.
This eventually piquing the interest of other professors and teachers across the country to hop on the trend, which is now known as Hillman Talk, a movement crafted from Hillman University, the fictional HBCU from hit 1980s TV series, A Different World.
For me, as someone who works at a real life Hillman, so to speak, right, at North Carolina A&T, to sort of see HBCUs on the map in very important ways and really at the helm of digital humanities, right? And so it's exciting to see that happen.
From knitting to financial literacy, students from around the country and world can enroll in a class on TikTok, something Dr. Barlow says redefines how we think and learn.
What I really see is that it's even bigger than Hillman Talk. I see access to education. I see the ability for people to get online and maybe take a class that they wouldn't or couldn't take for whatever reasons. And so it's really exciting to see that go in that direction.
And as for the future of Hillman Talk University, it's a good idea to join a class now while you still have time.
I decided that I should write a book about this. And so I think I'm going to continue doing it, at least for the semester, see how it goes.
Well, thousands of federal workers have until tonight to respond to an email asking them to list 5 things that they did at work last week. Billionaire Elon Musk, who oversees the White House's Department of Government Efficiency, posted on X that failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. Multiple agency heads have told their employees not to comply, including new FBI Director Kash Patel, who told staff, when and if further information is required, we will coordinate the responses. Lyons Magnus is recalling 4-ounce Lyons Ready Care and Cisco Imperial frozen supplemental shakes over possible Listeria contamination. Now, the shakes were distributed to long-term care facilities and were not for retail sale. This is linked to a bigger recall of products from the company's supplier, Prairie Farms Dairy. Now, according to the FDA, the strain of Listeria the products may contain has been associated with at least 38 illnesses and 11 deaths. And Captain America: Brave New World soared to the top of the weekend box office for the second week in a row, raking in more than $28 million domestically. Horror flick The Monkey debuted strong in the second spot with more than $14 million. Family-friendly sequel Paddington in Peru rounded out the top 3 with more than $6 million. And that's it for Consumer Watch. Here's Chris with another look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got an absolutely beautiful start to the day. You can look at that sunrise downtown Pittsburgh. Partly cloudy skies, but those colors absolutely amazing. You know what else is amazing is the roads are clear, which is very nice as well. It is a bit chilly out there, but not as bad as we were last week. MoDOT camera 20th in range line. Looking back to the east as well, of course, the sun's rising and getting a little brightened out there, but still, look at the purples and the clouds up there. Again, just a beautiful start to the day. As we take a look at the future track, we're looking at partly cloudy skies today. It's going to be breezy. We're going to have to deal with that, but we're also going to be dealing with temperatures above normal and very nice. In fact, as you can see, Bartlesville may even make it in the low 70s today. And don't worry, we'll all have a couple of opportunities to get pretty close to, if not into, the low 70s over the next few days. But today, just an absolutely beautiful day. Just the partly cloudy skies, a bit breezy, but mild temperatures across the region. Not too mild right now. It is a bit on the chilly side. We've got mid to upper 30s into the low to mid 40s, and then the southwest winds again continuing to increase. That's giving us a bit of a wind chill, feeling like it's in the 30s for most of us. Some of us not too far from where we are right now. Some of us a little lower. In Greenfield right now, the colder spot with the wind chill of 29 degrees. Kids get on the bus this morning because it is a bit breezy. It's a bit chilly. They're probably going to want a jacket, but something again that maybe fits in the backpack because they won't need it later. Upper 30s, southwest winds gusting to 25, partly cloudy skies, and by this afternoon, low 60s for most of us. Southwest winds still gusting to 25 with those partly cloudy skies. We're going to have a complete look at your forecast, talk about the warm weather, some rain chances, and how our weekend is shaping up. I know we just got through this one, but we still have one more on the way. We'll take a look at all that here in just a moment. It's also about time to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries, but first, here's what's happening on CBS Mornings.
I'm Vladimir Dutip. Coming up on CBS Mornings, it's Beg Knows America, and David introduces us to a courageous young girl who fought to get a life-changing device and is now paying it forward to help other people. That's coming up on CBS Mornings.
All right, time for some Monday birthdays in the 4 states. We're going to start in Neodesha with Reese Robinson, celebrating birthday number 4 with love from Grandpa and Grandma.
And a happy 4th birthday to Jasper Moon Zabel.
And in Chicopee, Ember Lebo celebrating birthday number 7 today. Happy birthday.
And a happy 11th birthday to Hunter Stapleton. It says here, happy birthday, love Mom, Dad, and Bubba Noah.
And Josie Johnson in Fort Scott celebrating birthday number 13. It says happy teenage years with love from all of your family.
And a happy 15th birthday to Landon Wilson. It says here, happy birthday, love Mom.
And in Lamar, Jacob Morrison celebrating birthday number 21 today. Happy birthday, Jacob.
And in Fort Scott, a happy 46th birthday to Lisa Chaplin.
And in Parsons, Jerry Baker celebrating birthday number 74. Happy birthday, Jerry.
And a happy 75th birthday to Mary Bob Godinez. It says best wishes from your family and friends.
And in Chanute, Cirilla Cooper celebrating birthday number 76. Happy birthday.
Also celebrating birthday number 76 over in Erie. A happy birthday to Donna McCoy. It says happy birthday from the whole fam. We love you.
And in Galena, Jim Mills celebrating birthday number 90. Very happy birthday to you, Jim.
And continuing our list with happy birthday to Sherry Captain, turning 61.
And in Humboldt, Patrick and Susan Ellis celebrating their 34th year of wedded bliss. Very happy anniversary to the Ellis family.
And a happy birthday to Charlotte King.
All right. Of course, if you would like to celebrate your birthday or anniversary with us, there's something very simple to do.
Yes, go ahead and submit your birthdays and those anniversaries to birthdays@KOAMnewsnow.com. Be sure to include those wonderful photos and messages. to, of course, meet the deadline that you see there at the bottom of your screen, and to also include the date of your celebration when submitting as well.
Absolutely. And we've got a day to celebrate today. First off, look at this sunrise. Absolutely gorgeous downtown Pittsburgh. It's partly cloudy. It looks nice. Temperature's a bit chilly, but roads are clear. And we are getting a little more back to normal, at least in terms of our routine this week. MoDOT camera 20th, then range line in Joplin. Again, the sun's starting to get a little bright out there for the camera, but you can see off to the left, we've got those purple clouds, the nice little purple highlights to the clouds, and the roadways are clear. Looks great out there. Future track for today. Looks like this, partly cloudy skies. Going to be a bit breezy as well. Temperatures above normal. I don't know if we're going to be too close to record-setting levels like we were last week. Last week, 2 days in a row, record lows below zero, well below zero, beat out records in the 1960s and the 1970s. So we're talking a very cold week last week, a very cold week for the first time in a very long time as well. But this week, totally different. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous for most of the days. As we go into tomorrow morning, again, partly cloudy to start. We've got a boundary coming through. It's going to shake up the winds just a little bit, for at least briefly. We'll have just a few clouds here or there, so mostly clear skies through the majority of our Tuesday. And as we go into Tuesday night, oh, by the way, we'll go over the exact numbers here in a moment, but we will be warmer on our Tuesday. We'll be warmer tomorrow than we will be today. Now, overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, clouds will thicken up. We're going to start to go mostly cloudy. By Wednesday, some of us starting our day with our temperatures, our lows, close to what our average highs should be, which our average high should be about the low 50s. So a very mild start to the day. We have another boundary coming through on Wednesday. Now, that said, it is going to bring our temperatures down a bit, but we will still be above normal. And then, while a few sprinkles may be possible outside of or north of I-44 and into southeast Kansas, the better chances of a few actual showers are going to be along and south of I-44 and along and south of the Kansas-Oklahoma border. But again, a few sprinkles will be possible north of that. These should be done, especially the showers, by, say, 1 o'clock or so on Wednesday afternoon. Still leaves us mostly cloudy. We'll still have that northwest breeze, so still cooler on Wednesday than we will be Tuesday, but it still isn't going to be that bad, and skies eventually clearing late Wednesday into Thursday, which will lead to another beautiful day. Temperatures around the area, we've got upper 30s. We also have some low 40s out there. And of course, we've been contending with those winds on occasion gusting up out there. So not only do we get this beautiful sunrise, but with the wind still picking up every so often, southwest at 16, some of those gusts does bring those wind chills down a bit. Feels like 38 in Joplin, where we're sitting at 45. But again, today, an absolutely beautiful day in store for us. So how are we starting our morning? Like this. This is, of course, 7th and Rangeline. Look at the colors there. Get just a beautiful start to the day. Low 40s, partly cloudy, cool temperatures, but not bad. Low 50s. Remember, our highs, we're actually going to be right at or maybe a little above our highs as early as 11 o'clock this morning. So we're talking a nice mild day ahead of us. This mild weather is going to stick around for a little while. We'll talk about how long it sticks around and what else we're expecting as we head into the weekend and next week here in just a moment. We will also have the news you need to know before you head out the door. And when we switch over to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., we're going to tell you about a bar in New York that can trace its origins back to the 1700s, and it shows no sign of slowing down.
Well, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. The Joplin Interfaith Coalition hosted their annual bake sale, bringing together community members from different cultures and walks of life. The lunch could be purchased for $15, and the baked goods were up for silent auction. Now, the proceeds from the bake sale will benefit the Joplin Medical Loan Closet, a service that checks out medical equipment to people at no cost. And over 30 area businesses with products ranging from insurance and banks to art participated in the Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce's Business Expo at the Meadowbrook Mall over the weekend. Companies attending could also do presentations and demonstrations about how their products and businesses impact the community. And last week's cold did not discourage people from playing some softball. 7 teams gathered on the 3 east fields of the Don Gutteridge Sports Complex for the annual Snowball softball tournament. Now, the snow makes it not only harder to move through, but the balls do not bounce as much, adding a new factor to the game. The softball league begins its league play this spring. And that's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And as you head out the door, again, a bit chilly this morning, but not so by the afternoon. Upper 50s, low 60s, bit breezy. Southwest winds gusting to 25, partly cloudy skies. Late this evening, overnight, the winds ease up, low 50s by 10 o'clock tonight. And then we go overnight, upper 30s, low 40s. So again, chilly, but not that bad. Partly cloudy skies continue, and winds will be calm. What happens tomorrow? Well, it gets warmer tomorrow. We'll start partly cloudy, winds southwest about 5 to 10. We'll go upper 60s, maybe even some low 70s in our southern counties. Mild again Tuesday into Wednesday, but clouds increase. Rain chances also, increase in the first portion of our Wednesday, and then they'll be done by about, say 1 o'clock at the latest. After that, though, temperatures warming right back up, getting close to 70 for many of us by Friday, so a few more low 70s absolutely possible. Beyond that, though, yeah, just not bad. A great start into the weekend, and we have some rain chances as we roll into next week. But again, still a fantastic day.
Absolutely. And coming up today at noon, we're making Italian hoagie stromboli in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOM with CBS Mornings. Ahead on CBS Mornings, go behind the scenes and hear from the people making history both in front of and behind the camera for the new CBS soap opera, Beyond the Gates.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, we'll take a look at how dogs became our best friend.
That'd be interesting for sure. Plus, Kim Bassinger from the Sir Optimist of Carthage Club joins us in the studio with an invitation to their annual fundraiser. Boy, I still can't believe, we are 50, 60 degrees warmer this week than we were last week. It's going to be beautiful.
It's been a roller coaster this winter. It really has, and it's not letting up. So enjoy this while we can.
It's going to be great. Get out there, enjoy it while you can. And if you can't today, don't worry. It'll be nice into this weekend as well. That's going to wrap it up for us for now. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll, of course, see you today at noon.